Today, I'm going to review some of the procedures that are needed to ensure everyone's safety and hopefully answer any wonderings that you may still have. We are ready for Monday. We were in the building today and double checked all spaces. I had done a walkthrough yesterday and had a list of items to finalize, including moving any extra chairs and tables that we could store. Please be reminded to not move your furniture. Also, the hand sanitizers do work. Being new and not being used, there is some clogging of the sanitizer. I am told that when they are used regularly, this will correct itself. Here are some reminders for this week. I'm going to ask that all staff arrive at their assigned posts at 7:40 this week. Despite all of my communication that we start at 7:50 and not attend school until 7:50, I am pretty sure that we will have some families who are very excited and anxious to return to school who will be here a little bit early. So let's make sure that we are prepared to greet our students. Also, it's really important that you check the duty assignments that I have given, the schedule. Assignments have been altered to ensure all areas of the grounds have adult supervision. So there is a chance that your assigned spot has shifted. This week, some staff will also act as directors, and we'll have maps to help students know where they will be lining up. Be sure to watch the Crisis Go video that was in this week's update. All of what the classroom teacher will do in Crisis Go is done prior to seeing your students. Before you leave the classroom, or in some cases, open your classroom door, you should check Crisis Go to see that all students have been certified. If all are green, then all is good and you have nothing else to watch for. You will take note of who has not self-certified and potentially anyone who is marked at risk. At-risk students should not be coming to school. Any student marked at risk and shows up for school will be asked to step aside, and the escort will escort that student to our comfort room, room 107. Any student who may not have been certified will also be asked to stand aside, and the escort will escort those students to the outside entrance of 104B. There are staff who are assigned to that space who will contact the office to call that child's parent. Please know the office staff will be shifting their hours to begin the process of calling any families who may not have self-certified prior to our 7:15 a.m. cutoff time. This should eliminate any potential self-certification issues, but we want to be prepared in any event. If you prefer, you could try to bring a device to log in to check while your students are in line, but this is done and it has to be done web-based, and you may not have access to Wi-Fi depending on the device you use and your pickup spot. So be sure to check this before you head out. We purchased several new walkie-talkies. All walkie-talkies are being housed in room 104B. Each morning, the staff member assigned as an escort should go to room 104B and pick up their walkie-talkie. Walkies are always set to station 1, and be sure to turn your walkie on when you pick it up. After your morning assignments, you will need to return your walkie to 104B. Before placing it in the charging station, please be sure to use the disinfectant wipes located right next to the charging station to wipe your walkie. Please ensure you place it back correctly in the charging station. Once you have placed it on the dock, it will need to have a solid light. If it is flashing, it is not placed correctly. Others will be using these during the day, so please ensure they are wiped and they are charged. We plan to have Rodney turn on the thermometers in the morning. In the event one is missed, please turn it on. The on-off switch is on the top of the device. There is 0 wait time. So if it's missed and you have to turn it on, they'll be ready to use immediately. Also, with the exception of the front door, thermometers should be turned off by the temp checker after the last person has entered the space. To reduce the number of people in spaces, the temperature checks in the classrooms will be reassigned to the classroom teacher, who will monitor the student's temperature. We will keep the escort in these spaces in the event that the teacher notifies them of a student temperature. Do not move the thermometers. They are in the place and in the direction that they should be in. As almost all staff had the opportunity to see this last week, the temp check roll is not a hands-on roll. Please note, I turned down the volume to its lowest setting before actually turning it off. This is because if a staff or student has a temperature, a loud alarm is sounded, and it could be very jarring for many of our students. We are asking that students hold up their wrist to have their temps taken. This is what we shared with families. In the event that this is problematic, students can use their foreheads. As a teacher starts to walk your students into the building or your classroom, the temp checker will stand to the side where they can see and hear the temperature check readings. Green means go, red means no. If a student sets off the alarm and flashes red, the temperature checker should notify the escort, and the student should be told to stand outside and aside away from others. The escort should the escort will walk the students outside of the building to the main entrance where they should enter to take the students to room 107. The escort should use their walkie-talkie to notify the nurse they are taking a student to the comfort room. Once there, the escort should direct the student to go inside and take a seat. Either the nurse or an administrator will meet the student in the comfort room. Depending on the time, the escort would either return to their assigned location or to their next assigned duty for the morning, or whatever your next step is for the day. The escort plays a vital role in our safety plan. If you're assigned as an escort, you will be moving students to either the waiting room, 104B, which is where you will take students if they have not been self-certified by their parents, or to the comfort room, room 107, if a temperature check shows that a student has a temperature. When transporting students, you should take care to maintain your physical distance. You should also be sure to not transport students through the building. This may require you walk the perimeter of the building to either the outside entrance for 104B or the main entrance to go to our comfort room. Again, if you are transporting a student to the comfort room, you should be notifying the nurse you are on your way. It is our hope this role is purely proactive and our families will quickly be in the routine of self-certifying and keeping students home if they present as ill. Each morning at 6 a.m., families will receive their email to self-certify. I will also be sending an email and a text to families with a reminder to complete this as well. I am thinking, with all these stopgap measures in place, you may need to get your daily steps another way. We are all leaders. Thank you for all that you are doing to help keep each other and our students safe. It certainly takes a village. We got this.